Ladies and gentlemen, in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence. Everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing happens in politics just for the sake of it. And I want to begin this video by asking you a simple question. Where is Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi as far as the Azimio la Umoja campaigns are concerned? Why do you think they are missing? Or let me put it this way. Have you ever seen Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi busy campaigning for Raila Odinga after Martha Karua officially joined the Azimio la Umoja movement? That's the question I want us to look at. And for us to understand that question, we need to go back a bit. And I want to take you to the 11th day of March 2022. On 11th day of March 2022, One Kenya Alliance leadership signed an agreement. Let me just check. You can check on the official Facebook pages. The 11th, okay. Sorry, I was getting this. On that day, this is what Gideon Moi posted. We have today formalized One Kenya Alliance as a coalition of the willing. We will work together to ensure we deliver united, secure, and prosperous country. Signing Oka agreement with Kalonzo Musyoka, Martha Karua, Honorable Jirongo, Irungu Nyakera, and David Ochieng. That was on 11th. So they signed this coalition agreement. I have my reasons for pointing out that particular day, the 11th day of March. Now, on the next day, which was on the 12th day of March, Raila Amolo Odinga was officially unveiled as the Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate. Kalonzo Musyoka was present, Gideon Moi was present, Jirongo was present, but Martha Karua was missing in action. So Raila Odinga was unveiled. One Kenya Alliance principal, Martha Karua, was missing. And of course, you remember Martha Karua was even missing during the NDC of Jubilee, NDC of ODM. Then 2 days later, which was on 14th March, Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi led Azimio One Kenya Alliance campaign in Tharaka Nithi. That's also significant because on 12th, Raila Odinga was unveiled and they had that rally in Kariobangi. Then on 14th day, Gideon and Kalonzo held a rally in Tharaka Nithi where they campaigned for Raila Odinga. That was the last time Gideon and Kalonzo campaigned for Raila Amolo Odinga. If you go to their Facebook pages, which they actively update, they've held several other activities from that day. On 16th, for example, Gideon Moi was in Garissa, where he received people who had defected from Jubilee to KANU. And on that 16th, he was again in, he received other people and aspirants, several of them. Then on 19th, now because 14th, that was the last day, then on 19th of March, President Uhuru Kenyatta saw something and took his phone call and called Kalonzo, and he also called Gideon Moi. And then he asked these people to meet. So they met for lunch. Was it dinner or something at Kalonzo Musyoka's residence? That was on 19th. Because the president had realized that from 14th up to that time, these guys were not keen on anything Azimio. Then they moved. If you check President Uhuru Kenyatta's, if you look at Gideon Moi's Facebook page, which is normally updated very frequently, 4 days ago, he also welcomed former Assistant Minister Mohamed Halif, Dr. Mohamed Dis, who are vying for Wajir West and Fafi on KANU. Then again, if you check Martha Karua's Facebook page, Not much is posted there, but on 23rd, Martha Karua joined Raila Amolo Odinga. And from that point up to now, I've never seen Kalonzo Musyoka and I've never seen Gideon Moi participating actively in the Azimio La Umoja political activities. So in this video today, I want us to try and explain why I think Kalonzo Musyoka and Gideon Moi are missing in the Azimio La Umoja political activities at the moment. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now I'm back now to the base from Mombasa, and I want to thank everyone who called me. I received lots of love from so many people who just wanted to meet me. I met so many of you guys out away from cameras, and I really feel good. There's just a gentleman, I think I didn't, not a gentleman, it's kind of a man, 60 and something there. I think I was unkind to him. I want to apologize. This guy, I think he saw me at Nyali Center, the supermarket, in the evening. I was with my wife. And actually someone was, okay, let me not go there. I was with my wife and we were there, Nyali Center there, that Naivas. Then this gentleman was like, hey, could this be the guy? Could this be the... Yeah. And, you know, I didn't take my time to say, okay, this me. So I want to apologize for that. Next time, I think I'll not overlook, because I wanted him to recognize me so that he could come to me. But he was like, hey, he went and he kept on looking at me. And next time, please, I come there, I'll look for you. I know you can always reach me through my WhatsApp. Now, why do you think Gideon Moi and Kalonzo Musyoka are no longer campaigning for the Azimio La Umoja movement, especially after Martha Karua joined? Because you would have expected Gideon Moi and Kalonzo Musyoka to welcome Martha Karua to Azimio, because they were part of One Kenya Alliance. And of course, the moment Gideon Moi and Kalonzo Musyoka joined Azimio, there were reports that Martha Karua termed them traitors. Although Martha Karua later denied that, but see, again, in politics, nothing happens just out of mere coincidence. But why do you think these guys have taken a low profile? Number one on my list, I think, is the running mate equation. Who is going to be Raila Odinga's running mate? Before One Kenya Alliance joined Azimio La Umoja, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga had agreed to work together. ODM party was going to produce the presidential candidate. Jubilee party was going to produce the running mate. And so many people are actually positioning themselves for the running mate. There is Peter Munya. There is Peter Kenneth. Now there is even Martha Karua. From Jubilee as a political party. Now when Kalonzo came, one of the conditions they gave was that we are going to change the name of the Azimio to Azimio One Kenya. And the other demands they were putting on the table is the running mate. And who are they going to support for the running mate? Of course, Kalonzo Musyoka claimed that seat. But also there's now Martha Karua coming on board, and being a woman and coming from the larger Mount Kenya region means that Raila Odinga can wake up and appoint Martha Karua as a running mate. And there's nothing they can say, because this lady is one of them and they wanted a running mate. This lady is a Kikuyu. Raila Odinga can use that factor to appoint Martha Karua. So I think because now the competition for running mate has been complicated by Martha Karua's entry, I think Kalonzo Musyoka is not very pleased. And you know, Kalonzo Musyoka, since he joined Raila Odinga, he's exhibited a sign of someone who is not very happy, especially the way ODM treated him. He just came because there's nothing he could do, you know. So I think the issue of running mate equation. So that's important. Number two, I also strongly feel that there was, or there is, a fallout in One Kenya Alliance. Because these guys stated in their coalition agreement that any agreement they are entering will have to be collective. But we saw each of these individuals entering into coalition agreement individually. And of course, the Political Parties Act is very clear that you can't enter into a coalition with another party as coalition. I mean, you can't enter into a coalition and another coalition. Like, we can't have one Kenya Alliance and Azimio joining as coalitions. So it's not possible. So the truth of the matter is that there must have been a fallout. And that's why Martha Karua referred to them as traitors. So I think now they were not very happy with that kind of treatment from Martha Karua. And now when Martha Karua came, I think there are certain things they really have to solve. And that's why they're not keen on her. Number 3, in my view, I think political parties are now retreating back to their individual parties. Why are they doing this? They're doing this because of the party nominations. You see, Azimio la Umoja movement, I'm not sure whether in their agreement they agreed on how they were going to share the parliamentary seats, whether they zoned, there was the talks of zoning. But I tend to think that what these parties are doing is that they are now going back to their roots and consolidating their roots first. So I don't know, but something tells me that that's what they're doing. Because even if you look at Raila Odinga's campaigns of late, you see the emergence of orange color. Previously, they had shifted from orange, they had actually transitioned from orange to blue. Now you also see on the other side, you see Jubilee Party moving away from blue to red. Even posters, I was in Nakuru, and something caught my attention. You'd see Jubilee aspirants turning into blue. You see, at some point, the branding had actually changed to blue color. That Azimio color is now changing back to either ODM, Jubilee. Kalonzo Musyoka is also retreating back to Wiper. KANU is also retreating to KANU. So I think they want to focus on individual parties. So that if you are a KANU member, you go and campaign for your candidates as KANU. Then you look at the presidential candidate. If you are Wiper, you go and campaign for your candidates as Wiper. Then come and campaign for Raila Odinga as last resort. So I think because of the need of these individual parties to win more seats, because you see there's these political parties funding, they are now keen on individual parties first. And because Martha Karua's party is not really that much interested in this election, I think she has now that freedom of associating with Raila Odinga. And that's why we are seeing these guys as if they're not really with the Raila Odinga. And number 4, I also think that Martha Karua entry into Raila Odinga's campaign has complicated the equation for them in terms of Raila Odinga's reform credentials. When Martha Karua joined Raila Odinga, one of the things she brought on board was that reform credentials which Raila Odinga had lost. And you remember when she was giving her speech, she called Raila Odinga a comrade, not Baba, because she wanted to bring back that memory of the struggle. Now you look at Gideon, you look at Kalonzo, they are not really that. So I want to assume that probably these guys decided that let Raila Odinga try and rebuild that reform credentials. Then Gideon Moi, who actually worked so hard to deliver Raila Odinga, can then focus. And number 5, I also think that there are serious issues within Azimio la Umoja which are not yet resolved. If there's one solid gentleman in Azimio, that gentleman is Gideon Moi. But when you see Gideon Moi take a low profile, there must be something. I'm not talking of Kalonzo, because Kalonzo is like that. But Gideon Moi is a solid guy. Even when he was working with Kalonzo in One Kenya Alliance movement, you would tell that this guy was a solid guy. Now, what is happening to Gideon Moi? Why is he campaigning for KANU? You don't hear him mention Raila. You don't hear him mention Azimio la Umoja. It means there are certain issues within the Azimio la Umoja which are yet to be resolved. Because Gideon Moi, for example, is not even defending his seat as a senator, which means Gideon Moi should be now more active campaigning for Raila Odinga at the national level. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga has a bit of preference for Martha Karua. When Martha Karua was being unveiled, they met, the two of them, agreed between the two of them. Do you think that was going to be taken lightly by Gideon, by Kalonzo? I don't think so. They would have also wanted to be part of that negotiations. I don't know what you think. I could be wrong. I could be right. But in most cases, I'm never wrong. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.